Alright, I've posted this before, but I'm a little bored today. But this is the only practice I get, really. This little Daisy 853 picked up from the CMP a few years ago. I got other pellet guns, but this one's actually not too shabby accuracy-wise for a Daisy. It's not exactly cheap. These run like $350, $400 new these days. And that's cheap as far as accurate air rifles go. I just use the Crosman brown box pellets. They're very consistent in weight and shape. I don't find too many defects in these compared to the tins you buy at Walmart. And it's a 10-meter gun, but I generally shoot at 25 yards. I don't get too picky. This is what I did yesterday. It's probably about 20 shots or so here. And I use these at 25 feet, 25-foot targets. But basically, an 1.5-inch target at 25 yards represents the black target of the SR1, or about 6 minutes of angle. So I just draw these 1.5-inch dots, and I'll just try to hold the black. And that's about as good as I get when it comes to offhand. So I'm gonna take 10-20 shots at that before I go in and finish my coffee. My little stand filled with scraps and just painted up with some paint I found at a yard sale, cheap. I think it was like $1 a gallon. And that's my practice, and that's all I really do. When I get a chance, I'll just do the offhand practice with the Daisy. I have a post front sight in my aperture. It works pretty good. Turn my pool on. I practice prone sometimes. It's got a decent little loop sling on it. Does the job, it works. But for, I think, $120 shipped from the CMP, not a bad deal. And it's more accurate than I can shoot. When I first got it, I ran through a bunch of different pellets. And I think the best I got was about just under half MOA, which I think is outstanding for a inexpensive pump pellet gun. The rear sight isn't terrible for being a cheap plastic Daisy sight. It's got some lash in it, but once you get it zeroed, you just leave it alone. And I shoot for groups more than actually trying to hit the target. Like, I'll hold my normal hold or sight picture, and just as long as the group is nice and consistent, I know I did my job. I don't chase the zero. I don't need to be hitting in the 10 ring. I just want consistent shot placement. And that's that. Like I said, these pellets, these Crosman and these large quantity boxes, they're just pretty good. I've always had good luck with them for years and years and years, versus the tins you buy at Walmart. They tell you, I mean, they'll tell you what, somewhere on there it'll tell you which machine it came off. These I bought back in 2017. I buy them by the 4-box lots, so it takes me a while to go through them. So that's like 5,000 pellets, because they come $12.50 to a box. And they did just good. I mean, these aren't their target pellets. These are basically for silhouette and field target. And they're heavy. You know, they got the 10 grainers. And all my pellet guns like the heavier bullets. That's about it. I'm going to take 20 shots and go have breakfast.